how I'm supposed to film when there's like a kids party going on outside. It's so noisy. Can you hear them? Right, please excuse the background noise if you can hear it. I can't do very much about it apart from scream at joyful children, and I don't really feel like doing that today. Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see by the title, I'm doing another Revolution Pro testing video because of course they did bring out a lot of different products, and this time today we're going to be talking about the Revolution Pro foundation drops. I put a poll up on my Instagram as to whether you wanted me to test this one first or the new Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation, and as you can see this one won by a very long shot, so I'm going to do this one first. If you do want to see the Bare Minerals video as well, do let me know. I do want to test it on camera like I do in my usual style. So I'm just going to read up on what this foundation kind of claims to do. In 18 skin true shades, this ultra lightweight water-based formula creates an undetectable finish on all skin tones. Use a few drops for a sheer wash of colour or layer up to build natural looking medium coverage. Apply with Revolution Pro Liquid Drop Foundation Brush. I didn't actually pick up the brush. I prefer applying my foundation with a sponge, and if I do need a brush, I have a million different brushes I could apply foundation with. So this cost me £7 and I picked it up in Superdrug stores in Edinburgh. And for reference, my skin type is normal to ever so slightly dry, and I think that this formula will be incredible for people with normal to dry skin as opposed to oily skin, because I think the reviews that I've seen on it say that your oils do come through during the day, so I think it'll look quite good on normal to dry but maybe not on oily skin. So as usual, I primed half my face, applied the foundation, and we're going to go through the day and do check-ins throughout the day and see how well this foundation lasts on my skin. I have to say I went into this quite dubious I would like it because I love the Camouflage foundation, which is super full coverage, and I like a Nikkie Tutorials cake face foundation personally. So without any further ado, let's jump into testing the Revolution Pro foundation drops. Ignore my backdrop. I am filming a video for another channel, so I needed to have a backdrop. I know it looks a bit severe, but it's okay. So like I said, I've got the shade F2 in the foundation. It's what I use in the stick, and it's what I use in the Camouflage that I absolutely love. If you've not seen my review of the Camouflage foundation, I'll link it up here. I love that foundation a lot, but from what I've seen on this foundation, it's not as high coverage, and it is not kind of claiming to be not as good, but it's just maybe more of a light medium coverage, and that obviously is not my cup of tea. But anyway, we'll try it out. As always, I'm going to prime half of my face, and I'm going to use the Revolution Pro primer because it seems apt, and actually I really do like it. This is the Radiant Cool Pink primer, and I'm just going to use a little bit because if you've seen my testing Revolution video, then you know I used way too much. And this is actually going to quite brighten up one half of my face now and not the other, but that's fine. And it's in a glass bottle with a pipette style applicator. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just do this half of my face and just see what it looks like compared to the other side. So I'm just going to blend it in with my sponge. And this is actually the side of my face that has more blemishes on it. I've got a really big one here, so it'll be interesting to see the coverage. Have quite a nice dewy finish, very easy to blend, but definitely already straight off the bat not as full coverage as the other one, but it's not claiming to be. So that's one half of my face with it on and not on, obviously. It's definitely evened out my skin tone. I think it's got a nice finish, but I don't like the coverage. It's not high coverage enough for me. I think maybe if I didn't have this big blemish here, it would be okay, but I feel like that's just really standing out. So I'll just quickly do my other side and then I'll see if I want to do like a second layer and see if that makes any difference. Just be careful when applying it because it can drop onto your clothes. So it's a medium coverage foundation and it's pretty dewy, and I feel like it's being quite kind to my kind of forehead lines that I have. It's not settling in or emphasizing them in any way. And it does blend beautifully over primed and unprimed. And I do think it looks really nice. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a lovely, like it is a really nice formula. It's not greasy or oily. I feel like it's the right consistency and it does have a lovely coverage. So if you're not like me and you don't love kind of cake face coverage, then you'll probably really like this foundation. I've seen a lot of people really like it. It's just my personal preference to like a super full coverage foundation, and that's where the camouflage one comes in for me as the kind of winner. But I'm still willing to test this all day and see how I feel it is. Sorry, the time right now is 11:53, so let's say 12 o'clock. But I think it's a beautiful colour. They've got a really good range of colours and it is a good medium coverage. I think if I didn't have any blemishes, then I would really be happy with the coverage because it is nice. In terms of a second layer, I'm just gonna add like one drop to each cheek, or one kind of squeeze of the pipette, because that's where my kind of problem areas are, and I'm gonna see if I can build up the coverage a little bit. Blending really well on top of itself, but I wouldn't say that second splodge has made a huge difference to the coverage. I think on camera, and I think people watching will think my skin looks really good, and I actually do think it does. Actually, I'm really quite impressed with this foundation. I thought I was going to hate it. That's why I didn't pick it up in my like Superdrug order or in my first trip to the shops. Well, apart from the fact they were sold out completely, but I didn't think I would like it. It reminded me of the NYX Total Cover Drops, which are not total cover drops. Here's both sides of my face with the foundation on. So I'm just going to go through on the rest of my makeup and then I'll be back. We'll do our first kind of initial thoughts, and then throughout the day I'll come back and do more check-ins. Hopefully I can keep it on at least 6 to 8 hours, which should be fine for a good wear test. So let me go and finish off my makeup and I'll be back in a moment. So this is my finished makeup look. Everything I'm wearing will be linked in the description box down below, as it always is, but if you're interested, on my eyes I'm wearing the Colour Drain Cheers to the Beauty palette, and my lips is actually an Art Deco lipstick, my first time trying it. So this is now 12:30, so what I'm going to do is go about my day and I'll come back and do a check-in probably 2 or 3 times and we'll see how well this foundation holds up. But currently, I must say, I love how my makeup looks today, and my powder's blended so perfectly over the top of the foundation. So anyway, I'll go away and I'll be back for my first check-in. Bye! So I'm back to do my first check-in. I'm a little bit out of breath because I just carried a bookcase up the stairs. I feel like every time I do a foundation review, I'm just back from IKEA. Anyway, the time is now just after 6:30, so it's been on for 6.5 hours already. My word, this day's gone fast. I mean, currently it looks great. It's not caked around my nose at all. It has settled in my fine, like, smile lines, but not much. And it looks really good on my forehead. It looks really good around my jaw, you know, where you kind of lean on it and things. I am super happy with this foundation actually, and I'm really surprised. Really surprised. Anyway, I'll go away now, I'll go build my IKEA bookshelf, and then I'll come back in a few hours and we'll probably do our final check-in. But yeah, so far, so good. Okay, so it's now 8 o'clock according to my telephone. So I've had this foundation on for 8 hours, and I think it's fabulous. I really do. I mean, certainly I would prefer more coverage, but actually it's fine. Like the coverage is really nice. Maybe I'm just far too used to really heavy coverage foundations. I think the only change is that I'm getting more oily through my T-zone, like you know, on my cheeks, and to touch them, they feel a bit more oily. But you know, normally I would just pat that down with a bit of powder and that would disappear as always. I have to say I really do recommend this foundation. If maybe you didn't like the camouflage one, and you wanted something with a bit less coverage, then I would recommend this. It's definitely 2 thumbs up from me, and I'm really impressed and really happy with it. To be honest, I've yet to try anything from Revolution Pro that I don't like, which is astounding. I'm sure there's going to be a product in there that I don't like, but I have not tried one yet, and I've tried probably around 10 or 12 products now from the line. So that wraps up this foundation review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found it informative. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!